Hello friends, today we will see how to do NATing or different types of NAT features available in Checkpoint, and we will do the NATings and see how we can connect from internal network using private IP to the external networks. This video will complete about the NATing, and we will touch little bit of the routing part also. So for that, let's start our VMware machine. We have PC1, which we will use as a LAN, and we have our management gateway R81.10, and we have 2 firewall in cluster. We have also introduced one Windows machine, Windows Server machine, which is part of, as of now, which is part of our LAN. So let's quickly open all the machine and let me show you. This is our PC1, and the IP for PC1 is IP config. You can see this is 4, and Windows Server IP. Just to go to log into Windows Server. Let me log in that. Windows Server is again part of, let me show you, IP config. This is 06, having default gateway as firewall VIP, and just log into now dashboard. So just quickly open our dashboard. Type password here. So this is going to be our topology. We have PC1 where the IP is 10.0.0.4. We have management gateway IPv5 that are connected virtual switch, and the VIP configured as default gateway on these PC on management server is Gen003. The firewall A is having internal ETH0 as 10.0.0.1, and firewall B as 10.0.0.2. ETH2 is for sync interface, and ETH1. So ETH0 is LAN, ETH1 is WAN, and ETH2 is sync interface. ETH1 is having IP172 series with 101, and firewall 2 is having IP on ETH1 as 102. VIP is this. This is my external PC from where my firewall is connected for internet. So on this firewall, my default gateway will be towards this external PC. Let me quickly show you my external PC IP. So this is my external PC. Let me show you host name. So this is my external PC, which is going to be, in this case, as we will treat as a router. And in this, if I go and show you IP config, so you can see this is my Wi-Fi IP. Now there is one more IP, which is bridge IP as network switch. So you can see 122.21.192.1. In that case, this is going to be IP. This is the IP of my firewall, firewall gateway. This one. This is going to be my gateway in case of this firewall. And we will add one more machine here. Let me add that, and give me the name for that is pin server 2K3. Make it big, and this is, and this PC is having IP 10.0.0.5/24, and this is also connected with this. You can see like this. This is going to be our topology. So in our LAN, we have 2 PCs, PC1 as Windows 10 and Windows Server also currently, and then they are connected with default gateway as 03. Let's quickly jump and see. Now we are in, these are the default policy which we have configured in our last session, where LAN PC is my 004 IP. This destination is my cluster and firewall AB for SSH HTTPS, and it's vice versa from this firewall any SNMP And we have also added one rule for VRP, which is in this case not required, but yes, and then a still tool. There is no any other rule where it says my internal PC can communicate to external world, like try to ping 10.8.8.8. See, so I'm not able to ping because there is no rule even configured. So let's start from the policy tab. First of all, we need to put a rule from my internal network towards the external. So let's go and put a rule here after this still tool below. What I am going to put, I will take source as my LAN PC. Here, let me first introduce one LAN PC, this, and I will put as any, switch to any, means from LAN PC to any. The service I will put again as any, and accept log. So if any traffic from my internal machine towards any destination with any services is allowed by default. Now just go and quickly push the policy. Then we'll again try to do the ping to public IP. So you can see the policy is installed successfully. Just go quickly and check that status here. So it says successful. Now go and again try to ping. Let's do. I'm still not able to ping the Google DNS. You can see. Let's try with other IP parallelly. Let's see. Even you can see the rule is there from my LAN PC, which is having 10.0.0.4. You can see 10.0.0.4, and here the source is 10.0.0.4. Destination is any service allow, but I'm not able to ping. Let's try to ping google.co.in. Unable to host, right? Why? The question is why? Because rule is there. I can see rule is there. Let's see what the log says. Quickly jump to the log. See, there are so many traffics, and here if you see this, it says ICMP. Okay, this is for, let me refresh the latest log. Now if you see the logs here, it says one packet is passed and one packet is dropped. Just quickly open first package, what it says. Here it says echo request from this source to this destination, ICMP action. Policy says action accept, and here you can see the rule number, right? Rule number is 5, and everything seems to be okay here. Echo request traffic accepted from this to this, but at the same time, if you go and open the second this tab, here it says source this, destination this, action drop, IP routing failed. It means there is some routing issue as of now. First thing, we need to fix the routing issue. It means the traffic from my machine is reaching the firewall, and as per policy it's passed, but the routing is not there for this. So let's quickly jump to the firewall first, and let's see whether we are able to reach this IP from firewall or not. So let me jump to the firewall A, and let's check CPHA probe state, which is okay. This is the standby, means this is the standby node. Firewall is standby currently. Let's quickly go to the active node. CPHA probe state, it says this is local active. Why we are giving this? Because this is cluster Excel. So just type here. So route. Okay, there is no routing. It seems some routing issue. Let me add route set static route default next hop gateway 10.0.0.3 is there, and gateway address 10.0.0.3 on. So route, let's check. So route, So we have default route towards 10.0.0.3. Try to ping from here 8.8. Let me check. Ping 8.8.8.8. I'm not able to reach the firewall. From firewall, I'm not able to ping the public IP. It means there is some routing issue. See, network is unreachable, it says. So first of all, we need to fix the routing on the firewall. Until unless we are not able to reach internet from our firewall, we are not able to reach from internal network. Even if there is anything, even there is policy and I think everything is defined, we are not able to reach. So let's check why we are not able to reach this IP. If you see the route, let me show you again. And so route. It seems some issue with this firewall. It's not saving the route. Let me reboot this firewall first, then we will see. There was some issue. So it's now after reboot, you can see the route is there on the firewall B as well as, let me quickly jump to the firewall A route. Let me show you. So route here. So route is there towards 003. Also check CP check probe state, the cluster status, because we rebooted the secondary node firewall B. It means the firewall A should be active now. You can see active. Now try to reach internet from firewall A. It's not reaching. Reason for that, let me show you, explain that. Let me explain why it's not able to reach that firewall. This is my topology, remember. So from firewall A, we have one network directly connected network is 10.0.0/24 and second directly connected is 172. So there are two directly connected routes, right? But we don't have any default route, especially manually or statically defined. So what firewall, as per firewall, the default route is towards 10.0.0/subnet. It means any destination, for which if firewall is not able to find any route, it will take this path. So from here, any destination which is not configured, for which firewall is not able to find any route, it will send traffic towards this, which is wrong, because we are trying to go to the internet. So ideally the default route should be towards this IP or towards this interface, right? But in our case, the default route is towards 10 subnet, which is LAN. That's why it's not reaching. So first of all, we need to make the default routes towards our external PC or towards ETH1. This is our ETH1, right? Quickly, let's go and change the route first. So for changing route, command is set static route default next hop gateway address. What is our address in our case? The address should be my router address .1. Let's go and make it .1. 172.21.192.1. This is our next hop address and at input on. So by this we will see now we have two routes. Let it refresh. Now you can see one. Now if you again type quickly so route, so you can see there are two routes now. One is via 003, one is via our external interface. So let me show you the diagram again. So now we have added one static route towards this, but we have not, as of now, we have not removed this route. So we need to remove this routes, this default route we need to remove. So let's go and quickly run that command as well. So just you can press up arrow. Now this is the command to add. The same way you can remove any other routes. So here we need to remove the route for 10.0.0.3. So my IP will be 10.0.0.3 and then off. On is for adding and off is for removing or deleting the route. Enter. Now quickly go and show route. You can see now we have single routes towards our external interface. The same thing we need to run on the secondary firewall so that they are in the sync. Let's go and check here. So route. As of now, it's there. So for removing, set static route default, then next hop gateway address. First I will remove this 10.0.0.3. I will put 10.0.0.0.3 off, and then at the same time I will put my external IP 172.21.192.1 on. Go and check, sort out. You can see now we have default out towards our external interface on both firewall. Let's try to ping 10.8.8.8.8. Now I am able to reach from the public IP from my firewall. Let's go and quickly jump to the active firewall. Check 8.8.8.8. I am able to ping. Try to ping google.co.in. I'm not able to ping because there is no DNS, right? Let's go and quickly jump here. Ping 8.8.8 is working. Ping google.co.in. It's not pinging. So because there is no DNS configured on the firewall, we will do that also. So let's quickly jump to that PC now and try to ping from there. Now we know that from firewall my public IP is reachable. Try to ping here. Still not pinging. But we can see from firewall it's reachable. Right? Let's wait this to finish, then we will check the logs. Now if you see, I tried to ping 4.4.8.8. Let's try to ping one more IP 4.2.2.2 here from my internal machine. And if I go and check the logs here, this time I am seeing logs only for accept traffic, right? In previous case, let me scroll down. You go and see this. We were getting this message IP routing failed, right? But this time we are not getting this because we have fixed the routing on the gateway label and my gateway is reachable. It means my traffic is reaching till gateway. Gateway is entertaining that traffic. That's why it says accept. This time you can see we tried 3 logs. There is no drop logs, but still I'm not able to ping. Now here the role of NAT comes into picture. Why we are not able to ping? Because we are trying to ping a public IP from our internal IP. And as you know, we are not able to reach, no one is allowed to access public IP over private IP. It means public IP is only reachable from the public IP. For that, we need to enable NATing on our firewall so that we can hide this IP, our private IP, and my private IP will get translated to public IP as a source, and then it will try to reach the public IP. So for that, quickly go to the security policy. Now, if you see, let me open that NAT policy. In our previous video, we have discussed about this policy. Now we go NAT. So by default, you will see there are a few names is there. You can say machine static NAT, no rules. Hide NAT, no rules. Address static, no rules. Network static, no rules. These are the default policies, or you can say policy name or rule names which is there. So if you need to create a NAT rule, the same way we have created the policy, we will go here, manual. You can see manual lower, just go and create one rule. Add rule at the bottom. Now, what I want, if my machine, I'm just taking example from my machine, which is LAN PC. Let's open LAN. If this PC is trying to reach to internet, I will not put any, I will put as internet, right? You can put any also, but I am putting as internet. So what is it is supposed to do? Change my LAN PC IP, private IP, to a public IP, like here. So there are 2 sections in NAT policy. You can see this is number, name, original source, original destination, original service. Now the second part is translated source, translated destination, and translated service. What we want to do? We want to change my private IP to public IP. So what will be the public IP? Just go and click here. You will see options. Now what you want? First of all, let me show you. Right click there. You can see NAT method. What NAT method you want to choose? There is static NAT, hide NAT, stateful NAT 64, NAT 46, and carrier grade. These 3 features is new, which is not there in the older version of Checkpoint. Like R80.40, you will not see this option. You will see a static on dynamic. So first of all, go and click replace. What I want my public IP to be my firewall external IP, because my firewall is able to reach. So let's put this cluster IP, right? As soon as I click cluster, you can see there is small s here, right? Small s means static. So anything from my source to destination, my source will be translated to this static IP, which is 003. Here you can say 10.0.0 is again private IP. So in that case, we need to create an object with my external interface. Let me go quickly and create a node here for my external interface. So can click here and make node as, let me give a name, fw external, and I will put 172.21.192.103. This was my external IP. Yes. Click on OK. So now I have changed that to LAN PC to external. So anything coming to going to internet, in that case my source will be changed to this IP, and I don't want destination to be changed. I don't want service to be changed. Now go and publish this. Then do a policy installation again. Here, click on policy and select policy as a standard policy, because we are using a standard only, and then install. So my policy is successful. So what we have done, we have just added a NAT rule with source as LAN PC, destination as any, and my LAN PC is supposed to change to my firewall external interface IP, which is in our case is, I have taken this VIP IP, so that if any firewall goes down, that will not affect my traffic. So I've taken VIP IP as a source, new source, and then it will send the traffic. Now let's go and try to ping 8.8.8.8. Enter. Now you can see I'm able to reach the public IP. It means there is reachability from my internal machine to public. Now again try to ping google.co.in. I'm not able to ping Google because my DNS is not configured, but I'm able to reach. Let's try to ping 4.2.2.2. So now from my machine, I am able to reach the internet because of this NAT. We have enabled this policy. This is the first rule we have created for NAT. Now what we are supposed to discuss, you can see as static NAT, and we have policy for my LAN machine, right? My LAN is able to ping. Also try to ping my another machine, which is the Windows server having IP, I guess is 6. Yes, 6. 10.0.0.6. So I am able to reach my internal network as well as external network. Let's quickly jump to my Windows machine and see what is the IP here. You can see my IP is 10.0.0.6. Let's try to ping from this to my PC1 10.0.0.4. I'm able to reach, and from my Windows machine server 10.0.0.5, let me try my management server. I'm able to ping from this machine. Just try to ping the internet. Will it ping? No, it will not ping. Why? Let me show you first. See, in my diagram, let me open my diagram. I am able to reach internet from this machine. Means ping, at least I am able to ping from this machine. But at the same time, I am not able to ping from my another machine, which is from the same subnet. Reason behind that, because we have enabled the NAT especially for this source, not for this source, right? We have enabled NATing especially for this machine. Let me show you again. So if you see the NAT rule says only LAN PC is allowed. Even if you go to the policy tab, only LAN. So let's allow ping at least for my Windows machine, so that we can cross check before enabling NAT for Windows machine, Windows server. So let me create one host for my Windows server, and then we will enable host. Give the name here as click a mistake. Win server 2K3 and IP is 10.0.0.6. Click OK and then install policy. Install. Click on threat prevention and then install. So my policy is successful. So at least now I can say my Windows machine is supposed to access anything to any destination. Let's quickly go and jump. Check that I am able to ping. Still not pinging, right? Let's open a command prompt and from there just try to ping another IP quickly. Ping 4.2.2.2. It's not pinging. Let's go and check the logs and then we will see the difference. So just refresh that logs. You can see for Windows 2003, as per this logs, it says it is allowed. Both IPs allowed. You can see the green mark, and if you double click and open that, it will say accepted from this source to this, accept, everything seems to be okay. But still I'm not able to ping. Reason? NATing we have not enabled as of now. So let's go quickly and enable NAT for that. Also, so create one more rule at the bottom, and then here I am going to add again only one machine. That will be my Windows server 10.0.0.6. Destination will be any internet, and my firewall external I will add this object here. Let me add, click here and add this. You can see LAN PC, same rule. We have added one more rule. Go and publish and let's see what happens. Publish, and we need to push the policy. Quickly go and push policy. Select policy, standard, and install. So my policy is successful. Let's go quickly and do a ping from my internal machine. This is my internal machine. Let me show you the host name. Host name is LAN PC ping 8.8.8.8 -t. I am putting here. I am able to ping. Let's go and quickly jump to Windows server. Let's try to ping from here. I'm able to ping. You can see. So now from both machine I am able to reach. Let's see from here I am able to ping with the name or not. No. Ping google.com. It's not pinging, you can see in the both cases. So let's quickly jump to the logs, close this logs and check if we are getting anything. There is no logs, right? So we are not able to ping with the name. We are able to reach the firewall from the machine with the IP. Why we are not able to ping with the name? Because there is no DNS configured on the firewall. So if you configure DNS on your firewall, then you are able to ping with the name also. Let me quickly show you how you can configure DNS name on the firewall. For that, you need to open the firewall or browser. Let me show you here, admin mkg. So configuring DNS on firewall will help for a firewall to get the internet with the name. That is not going to help you from your internal machines or internal LAN. Why? Because we have not configured DNS even on our LAN PCs. So let me show you first on the DNS side of the firewall. So you can see there is no DNS configured on FWA. Just quickly go and let me show you again. google.co.in unknown. Now go and quickly give one DNS here, apply. Now see, I'm able to ping. So it means if you I have not configured DNS. You're not able to ping from firewall, but now at least I am able to ping firewall. Let's see and go check from the internal machine. Will it make any difference? No. Let me log out from here first. Let's open the command prompt from your host. Let's check the host name here. LAN PC, try to ping google.co.in. I'm not able to ping, but at the same time ping again just for verification. Internet reachability is there. Quickly jump to the Windows machine. Try to ping from here, google.co.in, and parallelly in another window try to ping 8.8.8.8. We can see from both machines I am able to reach the public IP, but I am not able to reach the name because there is no DNS configured as on my machine. So just quickly go to the here and double click here, network interface. You can add DNS. You need to add DNS because you are able to reach to the public IP. You can go and give the public DNS on your internal machine also. If you want, you can configure your internal DNS server. If you want, you can configure, now you can configure your firewall IP for the DNS. So because my firewall is able to reach DNS, either I can give firewall IP now, or let me put directly 8.8.8.8. Okay. Okay. Close. Now try to ping. See, I'm able to ping. Even if I go and remove this from firewall, now there is no DNS on the firewall, I will still able to ping because I have configured DNS as 8.8.8 on my machine and that public IP is reachable. So I am able to reach. Now just quickly go and open internet on your LAN PC. Google.com. It's working. So we have configured a static route on our dashboard. Now the problem is that suppose what a static route says, a static means one-to-one connectivity, means one IP source, one destination. It's like that. At the same time, if you want to do NATing for complete subnet instead of a PC, suppose if you have n number of machines, you cannot go with individual machines and do a NATing, right? So for that, we have different NAT method. Let me show how. Let's quickly go and add one more rule here at the bottom. Add rule at the bottom, and instead of putting individual host, just go quickly and put the subnet, the complete subnet. For that, we need to create a network object because as of now we don't have any network object. Click here, click on network, and then put LAN and give the complete IAS network address 10.0.0.0 and subnet marks 255.255.255.0, and then okay. In this case, we are choosing the LAN as a source, put destination as internet. Now try to put firewall external interface here. Let's see. FW external interface. Static is still static. Let me disable this. I don't want to delete. I will put disable and disable. Let's try to publish this time and let's see what happens. Earlier we are doing as a one source destination any via static NAT. This time we have selected the complete network destination internet, but the NAT is still static. Let's quickly go and do the installation. Standard install. So this time you will see the policy got failed. Reason because we have selected the source as a LAN complete subnet, but the translating method or translated method or the source is a static. As I said earlier, static is always one-to-one, but in the case of many-to-one, we cannot do. Let me show you the output, the reason. See here. Invalid object in source of address translation rule. The range size of original and the translated column must be the same. Let me change it. Now go and make it as just nothing to do. Right click here now. You will see the NAT method is enabled now. Earlier it was not there. So just go and click on hide. This time from complete source to any destination or many destination, you can say many or any, and translated method is hide. Just go and publish and do install policy. Select policy, standard, and install. Now if you see, this policy got successfully installed. Go and click, check success. Now try to ping from your LAN PC, Google, yes. Open any browser. I'm able to reach internet, right? So you can see I'm able to reach. Again, can open Google. So there are, now you can, at least we can conclude here, there are mainly two types of NATing. One is a static, one is hide NAT. Static NAT means you can do NATing based on single source to destination, any destination, or one-to-one or one-to-many. But in the case if you have multiple source or multiple destination or multiples, many to one or many to any, you need to do hide. Hide, why we are, hide is nothing but like a pad where it add a different source port for the sources. A static is one-to-one NAT. Now if this is the NATing process by the based on the rule or the policy. There is another way you can do a NATing based on the object. So suppose I am going to create one node here, or sorry, we have already a PC1 node. Just open that, click on this, search for Win. This is my object, network object. Just double click on that. So if you see, this is network object. Now there is a NAT tab also. You go to the NAT tab, it is asking you add automatic translation NAT. So if I click there, it is asking hide NAT. I mean, it will hide behind the gateway, right? In this case, my my source will be hidden behind gateway. And there is one more option, hide behind IP address. In that, if you select that, you can choose any other IP. If you don't want to publish or others to let you know gateway address, so you can put any other IP which is not even existing. So we can also check that. But before that, let me show you the logs so that it will make you easy. And we will disable this NAT, and then again we will go one-to-one NAT, disable, and I will push the policy. I will pause this video for them and I will push the policy so that it will not a big video. So I have deleted the rule for Windows machine. There is only one NAT for my LAN PC. Let me go and install directly. So in this case, my Windows machine is not supposed to access because there is no NAT rule as of now. We have disabled the second rule. There is only one NAT rule, right? So let's quickly go and push the policy. My policy succeeded, you can see. And let me cross verify that. Make CLS. Try to ping 8.8.8.8. I'm able to reach. Try to ping google.com. I'm able to ping. Just close this. Open a new browser again and try to access this. I'm able to access. Now quickly jump to the Windows machine and try to ping. I'm not able to ping because there is no NAT rule now. So we will go this time, we will enable NAT rule based on the object based NAT rule. So quickly just minimize this browser and go to this object. Double click on that and click on NAT. This time I will go with hide NAT, hide behind gateway, and click on OK. and you can see there is one here, machine hide NAT. Just explain that. You can see this is automatically created rule. We have just went here and we selected NAT. Let me deselect this. Okay, this will went away. Now you can see there is no machine hide NAT, right? So this is the process where you can enable automated NAT rule. Earlier we are doing manual NAT. Just quickly go again and do NAT. Okay, and publish. You can go as directly install. So my policy is successful. NAT rule is there, which is hide NAT. Quickly go to the Windows machine. Try to ping this time. I'm able to reach. Now quickly go to the logs and see what the log says. Logs here and the refresh. So this is my Windows machine. You can see ICMP. Just double click that. Let me maximize this. So you can see when source is this machine, destination is 8, policy as per policy, access policies allowed. There is one more tab, NAT. What it says, source IP. What is the source IP now? You can see my cluster IP is source. What I have done, I went here, I enabled a NAT policy, hide behind gateway. Means it is taking my gateway IP, right? Let me show you the logs again. Cluster IP, you can see automatically cluster IP, and rule number, NAT rule number 1. It will went there. Similar way, you can hide your IP with other. You can see this is NAT rule number 1. Now I don't want my gateway IP to be published. So what I will do, I will again go here. There is another method to do the NATing. Go to NAT, put it hide, but I don't want my gateway address. So I will change IP, any random IP from the same subnet 172.21.192.111. Okay. There is no changes here. You can see this is the only change. It says hide, and now source name is still same. You can see. Go and install policy. So policy is successful. Just quickly jump to that Windows server machine and try to ping 4.2.2.2 and try to ping 8.8.8.8. So I'm able to reach. Now quickly go and check the logs. So logs are there. Let me refresh that. And this is our 6. Double click that. Source is this. Now you can see here the difference. The translated source IP is 111, which is nowhere exists. If you go and try to ping this IP, because this is a random IP we have taken. See, but my internet or my from my Windows machine, server machine, I'm able to reach the internet using this external IP as a source. So this is the method which you can configure here as a NAT hide behind IP address. You can put IP, any public IP here, but in the real time environment, that public IP is supposed to be from your pool only. You cannot take any random public IP in that production case. If you have a public pool IP address, so just give up any IP, free IP, public IP here, so that the external person will not able to see or able to know your exact gateway address. So this is the way object-based NATing. So what we have did, we have double click on the object, hide, and hide behind gateway. So that's it for this video. We will cover more on NAT in our next video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thanks. Have a nice day.